anything that stands out? Like when Scott was born, well, he was your first. So.
Well, he was the first, and he was a boy, so I had my male. And I had Becky, but my female. And the other three of you were all pluses. All pluses, yes. And I think about that. We've been blessed, honey. I tell you that every day. We must have done something right. Our combination of each other.
Were you ever scared to be a parent?
No. We took each day at a time. And we always had food on the table to feed you guys. Always had a nice place to live. Now we've been very fortunate in that too. And it's both of us, not just me. Your mother's there at my side all the time. So. I'm happy with our lives, but I'm very happy with our lives. And you guys just made all in this.
What message do you have for Mom that you would want her to always keep in mind?
Say that again. What message?
What message do you have for Mom that you would want her to always keep in mind?
Always to keep in mind how blessed we've been with our lives together. 57 years. I never thought I could live down with any woman. But it's good. It's still nice and I still love her. It's still good. Good marriage. I'm happy with it. I'm sure she is also.
What do you think the world needs more of right now?
Understanding, compassion, acceptance of all people, regardless of race, creed, religion. Accept people as they are. How they react to you, and how you react to them. If you set the tone, you're polite, respectful,
Yes,
you get the same thing
Sure.
back.
let me do some of the.
Half and half. Half and half.
Yeah,
That's good. And for somebody in an older generation to have that opinion, you don't see that or hear that very much with older generations.
Wait, I'm sorry, say it again.
Just having such an open mind and acceptance of everything. A lot of people are just set in their ways and don't want to understand. And
No. I sit and think about this all my life. Why are we different than anybody else? It's because we do respect other people. We don't think of ourselves only. Our family's most important. Outside your mother, you guys are the most important things in my life. We're proud of what you've done, what we've accomplished. You have things that we didn't have as children, as with our parents. Our generation has been so much better. And if my parents were alive and looking down, which they are, they'd be so happy.
oh, it's okay.
Give me a second. Number one, they weren't around to see all of you grow up.
You did though. I remember them very well.
Okay, good.
I do. Especially Christmas time. You're going over to the house
Their house,
for
the
the party.
Christmas tree, yeah, and a party down the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Or catch.
It's okay. Get the dog.
This guy?
Okay, what else? Who knows?
Do you ever stop at the cemetery?
Not often enough. Not often enough. Occasionally, Mom and I'll make a special trip out. take a few minutes, say a little prayer. Say how blessed we've been with both families. And again, I said, yes, told you, I wish they were alive to see you guys growing up and your kids, everything else. This is what I think about. But I believe there's a heaven, and they know what's going on. So yes, and that's, am I going to heaven? Yes, I'm going to heaven. You don't mind I want this, but I'm a believer. My life is set. I'm happy. Your mother's happy. That's the main thing. You guys are everything we wanted. The grandkids are a bonus, of course. And the in-law, just a little. I've got additional boys, sons in my family, and daughters in my family, so which makes it nicer. I have no kicks about life. I think we've done good. I'm very pleased with my life. I'm glad I'm 80 years old. I think I have a few more years left. I take pride in all of your accomplishments, all of my children, all my children.
What's the score of the game? Does anybody know?
More importantly, Mom needs to know the score of the game. I don't know. I don't think any 0-0.
Okay.
About growing up in Youngstown.
What's that from?
It's just questions.
What comes to mind?
When you think about growing up in Youngstown.
You want something clever or just
What's the first thing that popped in your head?
Youngstown's been home all my life. I wouldn't know no other place. I love Youngstown. I'm Youngstown's biggest fan. You run into Youngstowners anywhere you go. You talk to enough people and they'll say, Youngstown, I'm from Youngstown. You always meet somebody. And they always know somebody you know.
A woman that I helped out the other day at work,
Yeah.
her last name was Zagornis.
What?
Zagornis.
Zagornis.
Yeah.
T-Z-A-G-O-U-R-N-S.
Yes.
Manuel and George
And Bill.
Billy Wim.
I know.
And Chucky.
So I said, I'm from Youngstown. And so are my parents. And she said, I'm from Youngstown. And I said, my parents went to school with,
What was
Bill.
her first name?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember what her first name was.
I don't know George's and Manuel's wife's
She was younger, so you probably
name. My
would.
daughter.
Yeah.
My daughter.
But you're right.
Zagornises were a good bunch of people. My Greek family. They were my Greek family in
Well,
Youngstown.
they're like an attorney and a pharmacist and a doctor or something.
Yep. Yep. They all
One of the
are professionals.
OSU, one of the deans or something. So,
That's Manuel.
what did you love to do as a kid before high school?
All the usual. Swimming, Mill Creek Park, explore Mill Creek Park. Swimming.
Play baseball?
Yeah, I was in all the different leagues. Yeah. Played baseball. Different leagues around town.
What position?
I was a pitcher.
Oh, yeah?
Always a pitcher. Yeah.
What was your best pitch?
I only do a fastball. Couldn't throw a curve, couldn't throw anything else. We had leagues down in Mill Creek Park and other areas around town, and I was on 2 or 3 different teams. I wasn't spectacular, I was an average ball player, but I enjoyed it. Had a good time.
What did you love to do in high school then?
What did I do?
What did you love to do while in high school?
Outside of girls. We had a club called the Cavaliers. We had 10 guys, and I think, 6, 7 of them are dead now. I'm still around. We had a good bunch of guys, the good guys at school. We weren't the bad
Tony
guys.
Jackson.
We had a club, Cavaliers. We had white flat, what do you call these pork pie hats? We used to wear those. Let's say 3 or 4 of my best friends are dead out of the club members. I'm still around.
Did you have like initiations?
We had, yes, we did initiations. One of the initiations was, the last one in our club was Porky Buckus.
What's that mean?
Corky Buckus. And we had him dress up in women's clothes, black dress, hat, veil, and he had to walk downtown. And that was one of our initiations of it. As I say, we were the good guys club. The Sultans were the bigger club in Smoll. They had about 3 times as many guys, but they were the football players, the athletes. My guys weren't all athletes, half of them were. Good bunch of kids. Good bunch of people. I miss them now. And I look and say, hey, I'm still here. And I always picture these guys being just a little bit better, a little bit smarter, a little bit more athletic. And they're all gone. I'm still here. For a reason. I don't know why.
When did you go into the Navy?
I was 18. 1953 probably. 1953. 3 years, 10 months. Got out October of 57, I think it was.
And
Something
then
like
you
that.
guys got married in 58.
8, yeah.
What do you remember most about your mom?
About my mom. I always thought she was a delightful, lovely, beautiful lady. She was a West Virginian. We kept about her being a hillbilly. But she was a class act. To me, she was always a
And when you
class
make
act.
chocolate chip cookies, and you add the eggs, do you put them in with the butter and that just from the shell, or do you put them in a dish and beat them over with it?
No, just add them right in.
That's how I do it.
So she's a hillbilly West Virginian.
Yes. And my dad was West Virginian also. In fact, I was thinking about them just even today. My name was Limbo. And my mother remarried. And my dad, Keith Burks, married my mother. There was 5 kids. And I admire her most of all for doing it. I learned a great deal from my dad, Keith. My dad, Tom, was a good guy, but I don't remember him too much. My life changed when my mother remarried. For the best.
And he adopted
All
you.
of us.
He
And
adopted
Billy,
it all?
well, Billy and Jeannie were his kids. Roger, Tommy, and I were my dad, Tom Limebow's kids. A little bit of that romantic stuff when my dad died. When my mother remarried, within a year of my dad dying, Tom died.
So they're kind of your half brothers then, because they don't have the same blood-wise. Blood-wise, different dads.
Different idea.
I don't know if I ever knew that. What do you think was the most important thing to Grandma?
The most important thing to Grandma
Burks.
her husband. They were devoted to each other. And my dad, Keith, I admire him for what he did. He married her with the 5 kids. And we had a stable life. First home, couple homes, went on vacations. He was a good influence on me. I'd say my first dad, I just don't remember too much. But he was not the father, my second dad was.
So how did you meet Mom, and how did you know she is the one?
We were across the street neighbors, neighbors. I think I was about 10, 11 years old. It's amazing. 1953, something like that. I've done all that time. My mother's still in spite of it.
Yeah, but didn't you take one of the other sisters out?
No, that was your mother's favorite story. Nope, your mother and I were instant. Don't ask me why and how, but I have no regrets all these years. In fact, it's better now than it was all those years ago. Because we have all you guys now. It makes a difference. We have our own big family, nice family, grandkids. And we're happy.
What was your favorite part about being an insurance salesman?
I was good as an agent. I was good as a general agent. I was a district regional manager. I was good at that. Always near the top. I worked hard. As I tell you guys to work hard. You give the extra hour, you give the extra time. They didn't hire me. I mean, they hired me, but I had to apply for the job and prove myself. And I was always a leader in every company I was with. I take pride in that. I'm not boastful, but I was a leader. And I think some of that rubs off on you guys.